South Central Los Angeles, being a kid in the early formation of what became gang culture, which started in his hometown. Several gangs started in South Central in the 70s and 80s, which many would become Crips and Bloods. So many other youths growing up in these dangerous environments adapted to their surroundings, and also the pressure put on them to join their local gangs. In the 1980s, the drug trade was an epidemic in Los Angeles and also across the country. The biggest surge in the use of drugs
and that's when you had to know crack is whack. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're trying to type it in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You're not finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and hit that good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Finna jump into this Contiana, man. Millionaire Crip. The crazy, tragic story of Hot Dog from 4-6 Neighborhood Crip. We've been jumping to this Contiana, man. Let's get into it. Let's go.
During the crack epidemic between 1980
and let's give a big shout out to the war in Cali.
1984 and 1990, when the drug spread across American cities. The crack epidemic dramatically increased the number of Americans addicted to cocaine. In 1985, the number of people who admitted to using cocaine on a routine basis increased from 4.2 million to 5.8 million. By the end of 1986, crack was said to be available in 28 states, and by 1987, crack was reported to be available in all but 4 states in America.
A year and a half ago, the DEA was finding crack in only 7 cities. Now, crack is showing up in more than 40.
Crack being available all across America. Crack being available all across America is crazy work. Only available from 7 cities, and it went worldwide. Barnacles.
These cities. A narcotics agent calls its rapid spread phenomenal.
That it appears to have somewhat leveled off in the suburbs, as you and I define the suburbs. We can't say that certainly for the interstate.
Los Angeles was one of the biggest hotbeds for crack in the country, and Los Angeles played a major role of crack being in other cities and states, as well as Los Angeles gangs.
Well, the spread of gangs were also a direct result of the spread of the drug trade. When people started going from state to state selling this substance, making money off this substance, they took their neighborhoods and their politics and their policies of those neighborhoods with them.
Doing a major takeover. Hot Dog grew up in an area based with street numbers in the 40s, so several young gangs were surrounding the area, like the 4 Trey Hoovers and the Rolling 40 Crips. Also several young gangs who didn't initially want to become Crips or Bloods, so they just called themselves hustlers. Many Los Angeles Crips and Blood gangs were involved in a lot of different avenues, from robberies, drug dealing, gang wars against rivals, and turf wars due to territory of selling drugs. And selling drugs was making many young teenagers a lot of money. Drug dealing in the 80s,
money they never got from situations they had never seen.
afforded many teenagers lives they never had and took them out of poverty, even though a lot of these communities began to become worse, with aunts, uncles, grandparents, moms, and dads all turning victims to drugs. But the young members of these communities started to have thousands in their pockets, all the latest clothes and shoes, and also new cars. And that would later become the life of Hot Dog. He became a young man in his teenage years all about his money, and selling drugs was his #1 source of income.
And it's like selling drugs comes with a certain type of lifestyle. It's like the worst part about it is the best part about it. You want everybody to see you. You're doing all this to get out of a situation and become better, you know what I'm saying, and better finance, at least. I don't want to say become better, maybe not morally or ethically, but as far as finances, you're doing all this to become, better in your situation economically. And the same showboating you doing to show to everybody that you got it is the same showboating that's going to show everybody why you finna get it took by way of going to jail.
In his teenage years, he became a part of a local up-and-coming crew in his neighborhood, which was called the 4-6 Hustlers. The gang started off in the 80s as the 46th Street Hustlers, which they often got confused with the 46th Street Top Dollar Hustlers and the Rolling 40 Crips off their close proximity. But the 4-6 Hustlers later became Crips and also joined the neighborhood Crip Car by 1990, making them one of those several Los Angeles-based gangs in the neighborhood Crip Alliance. They would later take the name the 4-6 Neighborhood Crips, along with another ally being the 4-8 Neighborhood Crips. And the Rolling 40 Crips, along with those gangs, would name their alliance 068. All 3 different gangs, but close allies. Hot Dog was one of the early members of the 4-6 neighborhood Crips, going to
And it's just basically, it's interesting how that couldn't have all been one gang because they all run through the same neighborhood. But, I mean, hey, do your thing.
to his teenage years in adulthood, he gained a reputation that preceded him, known for being all about his money and business and clocking thousands of dollars on selling drugs. Also, having women in cars was something that Hot Dog was known for. Being in the streets put Hot Dog in a lot of dangerous situations. He often faced jail time and death. He was once chilling in his lowrider in his neighborhood when a Brims, a rival to his neighborhood, caught him slipping. They pulled up and shot his car up. Hot Dog wasn't injured, but he vowed revenge. He was a hustler all about his money, but that didn't mean he was scared to get his hands dirty. And that goes along with run-ins with the police. In the late 80s and the early 90s, Hot Dog had various run-ins with the police and faced various charges. Some even had him going on a run and allegedly running out of courtrooms to avoid jail time, but he'll eventually do small bids in jail. But by 1993, Hot Dog had a tragic run-in with the police.
And honestly, that's how LA gang culture goes. Even if you hustling, getting your money, you still gonna run into a situation where the gang culture is gonna supersede everything else, and you're gonna find yourself in a flu-flammer situation. That's just how it goes, man. The gang culture in LA is so engulfed in our culture and so engulfed in everything we have going on. This dude could be over here making money. I don't have nothing to do with his hood. Nothing at all has anything to do with his hood, but somebody might see him from over here and recognize that he's from over there, or you doing this, or you doing that, and now boom, here we are. Gang banging. Gang banging.
Police that would forever change his life in various ways. A case that wasn't highly publicized involved Hot Dog, who was 26 at the time, when LAPD officers Bernard and Rodriguez tried to pull him over on January 14th, 1993, near St. Andrew's Place and 45th Street. According to city documents, Hot Dog from their words allegedly pointed a gun at officers, then led Officer Bernard in a foot pursuit, while Officer Rodriguez tried to cut him off with his car. The foot pursuit ended after Officer Bernard shot Hot Dog 5 times as he ran, knocking him to the ground, and allegedly the gun from...
So you shot him 5 times in the back as he ran because he was such a threat that you had to shoot him in the back. I've never seen somebody be a threat when their back is turned to you.
His hands with the first 2 shots. He later shot him twice in the back, and 1 bullet lodged in Hot Dog's spine. LAPD investigators ruled that the shooting was an unacceptable use of force, though they said the officers violated policy by separating during the chase. Neither were disciplined. Officer Rodriguez left the Los Angeles Police Department in 1993, the same year of the shooting. This shooting became a big deal.
Well, of course, neither of them was disciplined because that's what they were trained to do. In that situation, those officers only did exactly what it was that they had been trained to do, as far as dealing with the community that they police. That's exactly how they're trained to deal with those dudes over there. They're trained to pop first and ask questions later. We all know that.
And Hot Dog was sued after being left paralyzed after being shot 5 times by the police. The city council, which chose to go to trial rather than settle the case for $750,000, reluctantly agreed to pay nearly 5 times the original proposed settlement amount because attorneys said the appeal will likely fail. Hot Dog's lawyer stated, "When you start this case and you look at it on paper, everyone says you gotta believe the police officers, but that wasn't the only evidence. The physical evidence clearly indicated that the officer was being less than truthful. A police officer was responsible for putting a young man in a wheelchair for the next 40 years of his life by shooting the man in the back twice while he was unarmed. It makes me sick." But everyone on the other side of this case hated Hot Dog had won. The acting Los Angeles acting city council president at the time stated, "It just infuriates me that juries could be awarding these kinds of judgments. My gut says you got to protest these kind of things because juries have become more responsible and realize the consequences of their actions. It encourages everybody, including criminals, to keep on suing the city and costing the city an incredible amount of money that the city really needs to put more police on the streets. I don't know how far we came that criminals can pull guns on cops and get money." Another city council member stated, "Some worry that the jury's actions is a troubling indication of the public's attitude towards police, and that the verdict could have a chilling effect on officers in the field. Not only does the police officers lose faith in the system, but it seems like society is the biggest loser, because the overall effect of a award like this, it tells the crooks they can get money for shooting at the police officers. The LAPD spokesperson at the time stated, "Officers are involved in a shooting, and it's in a policy, but yet the civil case results in a huge award for this person. This shows how society..."
No, you shot a man in the back. There's no circumstances where shooting someone in the back is acceptable, especially if you're a police officer. That doesn't make sense.
Society is the way it is. Police still put the image of Hot Dog being a criminal and carrying a gun, but Hot Dog said this was all false. But either way, Hot Dog being shot forever took his mobility, leaving him confined to a chair. The money could never be equal to that. This large settlement will forever change the life of Hot Dog. He was now one of the richest young dudes in South Central. At just 29 years old, he was a millionaire. Now, we all seen growing up in the hood, a lot of people with the bag and blow it in dumb ways. So many would expect Hot Dog to do the same. But Hot Dog was a real hustler with a real plan. He was ready to set himself up for
And then what he lost wasn't worth what he gained. All that money don't bring his legs back.
The future and the rest of his life. Hot Dog invested his money in several businesses. Some will say he owned several fast food restaurants, like Louisiana Fried Chicken. Some say he owned AMPMs, barbershops, and also a jewelry store, among many other things. He didn't just invest his money in himself, he also did for his community. He had a lot of money flowing in his area, and the 4-6 neighborhood Crips was known for having some of the best drugs on the market. And Hot Dog was highly respected and loved throughout Los Angeles. Even though he had a lot of money and business going on, he was never too big, and you can still see him in his hood and all around his homies just like nothing changed. Most stated, you wouldn't know anything changed for him at points because he was always around and was still active. He was still low-riding, carrying guns, and dealing with gang members. Some would have left the hood behind, which is reasonable. Everyone is not going to have your best interests, especially if you have more than them.
Especially if you have more than them and they feel like they're entitled to what you have.
Want what you have and become jealous of what you got. And that could just be from your own friends and family, and not to mention your rivals from other gangs. Hot Dog had a successful 4-year run after winning his settlement, but unfortunately, on May 19th, 2000, Hot Dog was murdered. Hot Dog owned a jewelry and pawn shop in Beverly Hills. There's many theories on who shot him that night and how he lost his life. Some state he was set up, some believe police was involved again, but no leads ever turned up, and his death in this case was never solved. Hot Dog was in front of his shop in his wheelchair. Witnesses reported seeing another man who was carrying a gun flee the scene shortly before 9 p.m. Hot Dog, who was 33, was found in front of his store in the 8000 block of Wilshire Boulevard with multiple gunshot wounds. He died due to his injuries. Even after his death, Hot Dog is regarded as a LA legend, just like many before and after him, trying to make it out the hood. He put his hood on, but he unfortunately didn't get to finish his mission.
And it's crazy because typically that's how this story goes, man. But y'all know the deal. It's red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Y'all know it's forever free Avenue Angels. So he's free. We go. And the kids did have a game this weekend, so here go your weekly highlights from the Twins. Good youth football. Trap dad in effect.
We got 87 for 21 with the ball carrier. Ooh, nice strip on. Here we go.
Sexy bands on my name.
How many shots to the center of a freak, nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pink, nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga whack is a snitch and the jolly niggas are rapists. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you want it, you gon' take it. Stop the freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see, we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers when General butt naked, the kid toucher is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it cracking right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice, and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga whack and slut and pathetic, Flacco's a fucking lame. Whack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Whack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, Flacco lied on me and then Whack told me to sue you. Treated Whack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every single week that nigga jolly on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. Flock a belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no, you should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton where your face is. That nigga real Jolly got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lane, we know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Lose can't read and Whack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Whack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. Flocko, when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pullin' blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumb ass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Wait. Hear me out though, right? Wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right, Joe, bro. Wait though, right? I do want to